Welcome to another one of Drew's book reviews. Today I am reviewing book one of the Jedi Search, or Jedi Search rather, is book one of the Jedi Academy trilogy. Now, I have never actually read any Star Wars books before, and haven't done any reviews on any Star Wars books before, of course. So, the author, Kevin J. Anderson, I have read a little bit of his writing from previous books. You might be able to find some of those reviews on my site, andrewsbookreviews.wordpress.com, though it's been a while since I've read anything by Kevin J. Anderson specifically, and of course, never Star Wars. Now, I'll be honest, I've kind of hesitated to read anything in the Star Wars canon through the books, primarily because I find half the enjoyment of reading new books is getting to know new characters and new lands and new worlds and new universes. But that's something that it's already been so well established. I already know these characters. Like, we know who Han is, we know who Luke is, and Leia, and Chewbacca, and Lando, and all these characters. We know them already intimately from the movies. So that's kind of why I've hesitated reading anything from the Star Wars canon before. But at the same time, I love Star Wars. I mean, who doesn't? Especially if you're a sci-fi fan, Star Wars is awesome. Nobody can deny that. So I thought, hey, why not? I'll pick it up. I'll give it a try, and see how I end up liking it. So the Jedi Academy trilogy, so this has taken place a few years after the fall of the Empire. So what we have here is we got a few different plot lines going on. Of course, Leia Organa and Han Solo are now married. They have three children, a pair of twins, and a youngest son named Anakin. So Leia, she is trying to balance her responsibilities as a politician in the new Galactic Republic, and balancing the negotiations of trying to get more worlds to join their new Galactic Republic and kind of rebuilding that, and balancing that with being a mother. And she's reaching her breaking point. She's so stressed out and having a very difficult time balancing these two aspects. In the meantime, we have Luke, who is seeking out to rebuild the Jedi Order. So he's starting to prepare to start or be the founder of a new Jedi Academy. And he has disembarked through the galaxy looking for possible recruits, people who have the Jedi potential within them, so that he might recruit them to join his cause to once again bring the Jedi Order back into its full glory as defenders of the galaxy. In the meantime, you got Han and Chewbacca, who have taken off to Kessel to try to negotiate with them to help bring them into the new Galactic Republic that has now been set up in the aftermath of the fall of the Empire. But things don't go so well for them. So apparently Kessel has been taken over by a rogue band, and they capture Han and Chewbacca after shooting them down, and they end up being taken prisoner and working in the spice mines of Kessel, where they run into meet some new friends while they're down there, and eventually they do escape. So, of course, Han and Chewie eventually escape the planet Kessel and the spice mines, only to stumble across a secret Imperial research facility and essentially a rogue Imperial fleet of Star Destroyers surrounded by a cluster of black holes. And this is where he discovers, after being taken prisoner yet again, him and Chewie, he discovers a weapon even more dangerous and deadly than the Death Star itself. And of course, because Han has not returned to Coruscant, Luke is dispatched with good buddy Lando to seek him out and find out what happened to Han and Chewie. And that's when they come face to face with this new weapon that essentially triggers supernovas called the Sun Crusher. So really interesting plot lines behind this, and definitely an entertaining and enjoyable read. So aside from the fact that, it kind of has a setback for me in that I already know this world and the characters, so didn't really have the enjoyment from not really getting to experience or know new characters. but overall, still a read that I did enjoy, and I'll definitely continue the series. And you never know, I might pick up some more Star Wars books down the line. It's one of those things where you can enjoy it even without the aspect of getting to know the new universe and the new characters. So I really want to try and focus on the intricacies of each story in each book and the nuances that go on within the characters that we already know. So hopefully I won't get too hung up on the fact that I'm not really getting to know anything new about them, but rather really focus on the aspect of the story and how it plays out. I think this is a good setup for the entire trilogy, and certainly look forward to getting on with the next book in the series, which I'm sure will be just as good, hopefully, because I think it'll be interesting to see how Luke manages to train new Jedi Knights, considering his own training wasn't exactly a full Jedi Knights training course himself, and the things that Luke had to go through to learn how to control his powers and to become the Jedi Knight that he is. So that ought to be really interesting to kind of see how that develops, and really looking forward to that. So, of course, the next book in the series would be Dark Apprentice, book 2 in the Jedi Academy trilogy. So we'll see how that goes, and hopefully that'll be a good one as well. Again, thank you so much for tuning in and watching my video review, and I hope you'll tune in next time as well. So again, andrewsbookreviews.wordpress.com is the site for all reviews that I've been doing since 2013. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and thanks again for tuning in. If you have any questions or comments, please make sure that you leave them below. And as always, thanks for watching Drew's Book Reviews. Have yourself a great day.